Hi there, I'm Elizabeth from Living Vibrantly, and in this video I'm going to review the 22-minute hardcore workout program, which is a military drill style workout whose sessions just take 22 minutes a day, hence the name. Now, this is a program with Tony Horton, who's the creator of the P90X series, so you can expect that it's going to be intense. But since I hadn't done the P90X series, this was new for me, working out with Tony. I've really come to have more of an appreciation for him. When I first became a coach a couple of years ago, he seemed so kind of yelly. And I did not really appreciate his style, and I can understand if some people still feel that way, but he has a good heart. You know, I've met him in person now, and I think people who definitely, if you have a military background or if you just appreciate like a really upbeat kind of strong motivator, you know, he's not gentle. There's no doubt about that. But it's not like he's saying mean things. It's really just the tone of voice. So throughout this program, the moves are done to a cadence. So you are counting reps instead of counting the amount of time spent doing each exercise. And at first, this was really tough for me because, first of all, I like listening to music during my workouts. So it was like, you know, the first week or two, you're learning everything. And it's just a struggle to figure out what the heck the moves are. That's true with any new program. But then as I start to learn how the sessions go, that's when I want to listen to music so I can, you know, just get in the zone with my body. And so I was really afraid that I was going to be super bored by the end, but I didn't feel that way. And I think it's because there really is something to getting in that rhythm with the cadence. You know, at the beginning, I couldn't keep up with it at all. I would have to pause the video to do the full number of reps, or I just have to move on to the next exercise without completing all the reps. And by the end, I was able to keep up with the cadence for almost all of the moves, which felt like a really big victory. You know, 22 minutes, the time goes by fast. Obviously, if you're pausing it after every move, it doesn't go by quite as fast, but that's definitely one of the benefits of the program. The length of the program is 60 days, and all of the workouts are 22 minutes, but then some days, it's 3 days a week is what's suggested for you to add on an ab workout of 10 to 12 minutes after the 22 minutes. Or sometimes I would do the 22-minute cardio or resistance session in the morning. Well, the abs go along with the cardio, but then I would do the ab workout that evening instead after work. In terms of what equipment is needed, a sandbag is kind of the prop that is used the most, or not prop, that's a term from yoga, the equipment that's used the most. But you don't necessarily need one. A sandbag comes with some of the kits, but you definitely could use a free weight instead. However, I do feel like with a sandbag, because it has that element of the weight shifting, like I think it's used in the military to simulate, like if you're having to carry one of your fellow soldiers. Obviously, the sandbag we're using is not that heavy, but it's only 20 pounds. But it does add a different element to have it not be like a solid thing, but something that can shift. So I thought using the sandbag was pretty cool. But if you don't want to buy one, you can use weights instead. And then you do need a pull-up bar or a resistance band with a door attachment. Obviously, if you don't have either one of those things, as your coach, I could help you figure out what to do instead. But if you want to work those muscles that you work in a pull-up, you got to have one of those two things. And then, you know, for some of the moves were designed for use with a free weight. A sandbag wouldn't really work. So if you do have a sandbag, you still need weights as well. And it's kind of all dependent in terms of the weight. It's dependent on your starting out level of strength and what you prefer. I think I used everything from 5 pounds up to, I really didn't go much heavier than 10. I think I used 12 and 15 for a couple moves at the end, but really didn't use them that much. So on the lighter side for these weights because you're moving fast. So you're using heavier weights, you got to be very slow and controlled with your movement. And that's the whole point of this with the cadence, is to move fast. So lighter on the weight side. And then in terms of how the program is structured, the workout schedule is 6 days a week with 1 rest day, and it's scheduled for Sunday, but you can move it around however you want so that it works with your schedule. If you're always tired on Fridays and you want Friday to be your rest day, that's totally fine. And then you work out on Sunday when you have more time. Or, with all of these, you can always make it fit your life. If you have one day that you want to go for a run, or one day you want to go to yoga class, that's what I'm here for as your coach, is to help you figure out how to adapt the schedule for your own preferences. But the schedule by default is 6 days a week with 1 rest day. And then those 6 days you alternate between cardio and resistance. And with cardio goes the core workout, like I said before. So what you receive is a total of 9 workout sessions. And over the course of 8 weeks, there's a fair amount of repetition of each individual session because it's a relatively low number of sessions for a longer program. That's why I really was glad that I bought the deluxe kit that had 3 additional workouts, 1 cardio, 1 core, and 1 resistance. So, so when I say 9 workout sessions, it's actually really 6, because remember, okay, so there's a bonus workout, which is one you do with a buddy. Then there's those 2 2 core sessions. But then the 6 that you do the most often, it's, cardio 1, resistance 1, cardio 2, resistance 2, cardio 3, resistance 3. So over the 8 weeks, those are the 6 that are scheduled. And then the core workouts just go along with them. So it's really kind of 6 basic formats that you're repeating. So it really helps to have the deluxe sessions to introduce more variety. And I found that resistance 3 and cardio 3 were actually harder than the deluxe workouts. So you could get into those deluxe workouts a little sooner and kind of sprinkle them throughout your 8 weeks. You don't have to wait till the end, because those aren't the hardest ones. In terms of what kind of moves are involved, the titles of the sessions are cardio and resistance, but I think the overall focus is really high intensity cardio. Prepare to be out of breath for 22 minutes straight. Your heart is just beating as fast, maximum heart rate, pretty much, during a lot of it. Now, with the cardio and resistance 1, there are some moves that allow your heart rate to recover. By the time you get to 3, there really isn't. You're going strong the whole time, and he even eliminates the breaks. Even though they're only 22 seconds, they do make a difference, and you miss them when they're gone. So even, sometimes strength training sessions can move really slow. These don't. Almost every session includes some type of burpee variation. The resistance sessions all include push-up variations and a core exercise. So you do get that core work on the days when you're not doing the full-length core session. Really good results in terms of toning in my midsection with this program. Other common types of moves in the sessions are squats, different kinds of jumps, plank variations, and there were a lot of new and different moves that I hadn't tried before, and I have tried a lot of different workouts in my time. So although this program is challenging, it is also fun and creative. It's not dull, it's not repetitive, and I really enjoyed it. It is not low impact. There are modifications shown, but this program really is best for people who don't have significant physical limitations and who are already in relatively good shape, or if you're up for a challenge and you know your body well enough to modify safely. I'm obviously here for you as your coach to help you figure out those modifications. That's my job, but it's more that you have to know what doesn't feel right for you in order for you to even ask me. And the last thing that I want is someone trying something that's too hard or not appropriate with an injury or a physical issue and getting hurt. So those are my thoughts on 22-minute hardcore. I definitely saw some leaning out in my own body from this. strength training programs, I tend to gain muscle, but I just kind of get bigger all around. And this was more on the cardio side where it's really challenging, but and obviously works on your strength, but it allowed me to get a bit leaner. I lost about 10 pounds, which, you know, having done hammer and chisel before this, I was at my all-time highest weight, which is okay with me because I was so strong, but it was kind of a little concerning where it was like, okay, is this going to continue? And it's nice to see that that was just temporary and my body is down more to where it would be probably naturally without having just an unusually high amount of muscle on it. So if you have any questions, you can comment on the video, send me an email, and if this sounds like a program you want to try, or if you want to get active but this program isn't quite right for you, we can talk about the options. I'll be hoping to hear from you. Take care.